mic to one of my dad's dearest friends. Actually, he's a dear friend, but he's a new friend. His name is Harold Oldham. Mr. Harold Oldham, please come forward.
No, I can't say anything. I don't know this man.
Last time I saw him, he was running down an alley. It was dark. It's nice to stand here and talk about a guy who call like a friend. Griggs is a very dear friend of mine. Has been for 4 or 5 years. We're really alike. The only difference is black and white. Somehow, that never matters. We get together once or twice a month and have lunch and talk about things and people. And we discovered that we are very much alike, easy to get along with. That's saying a lot. He is not an easy guy to get along with. But I wanted to come up and just let people know that he has a white guy that is a very good friend. And I'm sure he has other friends too. I've never seen him. Never heard anyone talk about him. I'm sure he does. So anyway, I just wanted to be here to honor the 70th birthday. Just wanted to stand up and be counted as one of his friends. So I'll say thank you, and it's an honor to pay homage to him. Thank you.
Jimmy, are you coming back up to say a few words?
I ain't got enough time.
Okay, now, I was wondering if anybody else had anything to say, but first off, I'm going to have my daughter Whitney come up and say a few things for her grandpa. Come on, Whitney. My beautiful girl.
Tell her to get dressed before she come up with her.
Well, Grandpa, happy birthday. I love you. You look wonderful. I just hope I look as good as you at 70 if I make it that far. But what I wanted to say was, Grandpa, you've been just an idol all my life. I mean, you've been there through everything. And, you know, everybody always says that we look alike, we look just alike. And you know they said you had another family back in Cali. Are you sure I'm not your daughter? Are you sure? I just want to make it clear because you know I've never seen my mouth. And I think you are. So I think you and Mom have hidden that secret from me all this time. I just really want to know, is it true or, I mean, seriously, look. This is my dad. Seriously. I look more like him than any of his kids. Any of them. Any of his kids, any of his grandkids. No, but I really didn't have anything to say. I didn't have anything written, but I did want to say happy 70th birthday to you, and I love you very dearly. Jamie, you want to say anything? Does anyone else, any of the other grandkids want to say anything? Grandkids.
I'll say
Hey, Grandpa, I do want to say we did all of this. We did all the decorations. We were here until 8 o'clock this morning, okay? 8 a.m. Well, I just want to tell my grandpa happy 70th birthday. I came from Springfield just to come and say that I love you. And I really don't have much to say. Grandpa, he's always been there for us. The best grandpa that you could ever ask for. And any event, he was there there for all of our graduations. When I had my daughter, she's 4 months old now, he was there. He came all the way to Springfield just to come see her. And he said, yeah, she's a Griggs. He had to come see if she was a Griggs. That's all he had to say. Just come and see if she was a Griggs. But I just want to tell you guys about this one time we were all at IHOP. It was all of our family, all his grandkids. And we had a waitress, and I don't know if she was prejudiced or what, but she was really rude to us. And Grandpa I was like, well, we shouldn't even leave her a tip, Grandpa. He's like, no, I'm gonna leave her a dime. She just worth a dime. She doesn't leave her a penny. And she's got me. Grandpa, he doesn't play. He just, if you don't treat him right, he's gonna let you know. And that's all I'm saying. I just had to tell you guys about that time. Don't you remember that, Dad? You remember that, Dad? That's how you remember that?
No, when I heard the story 6 years ago.
He left her dime. No, he left her dime. He leave a dime.
If you leave nothing, you ain't down now. You leave a penny.
Well, he left her lady a penny or a dime. Either way, it's wrong. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. And Grandpa, I love you. And have a good time.
Thanks, man.
Okay. You can't drop it or something.
Okay, I saw one of my dad's dearest, oldest, lifelong friends in the back over there, Mr. Jam Johnson, has happened to enter the building over there. And I'm gonna walk over here and see if he has anything he'd like to say about my dad. And I see Thurman over there, Shaw. I see the preacher over there. Oh, yeah. Neil, is that his friend back here? We're going to get you up here in just a minute, sir. I forgot about you.
Lisa made it possible for me to at least say something in the day. You know, we've been together for a long time, many things, good things, bad things, belong to various organizations together. We've been around for a long time. I want you to know one thing, buddy. Happy birthday. We finally made it.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'm going to see if, who else wants to heat my dad's hot seat up. Would you like to come up to the front, sir? Sure, yeah, come on. Come on up here. This is a guy I just recently met, he and his beautiful wife. And I told her that day that I met her daddy, I said, I'm planning a birthday roast for my dad. Remember that day? He went over there, he was cutting grass on the riding mower. That was a couple days before then, that was when we were planning this thing. And I pulled her aside and I said, do you think your husband could roast my dad? She said, oh yeah, he would do an excellent job. This is a friend of my dad's through AA. His name is David Collins.
I guess that about 5 years ago, I moved here from California 6.5 years ago. And about a year and a half after that, I'm at a meeting, and Jim started sharing. And he's talking about growing up in Dogtown. And Dogtown was right over the hill in Los Angeles from me. I thought maybe he was talking about that Dogtown, because he's been in California, and I thought we got something in common. Anyway, I listened to him and I liked everything I heard. And after the meeting, we talked to each other, and right away we said, we're going to be good friends. Not long after that, Jim asked me to be a sponsor. And I said, yeah, Jim, I'd be happy to, but you got to call me once a week. I sponsored 2 other guys that one of them calls me once a month, one of them calls me once every couple of months, and Jim calls me when I'm not at home. Or almost never. But he's the most unusual guy I've ever seen. I finally said, you don't call me real often, Jim, so just call me when you got a problem. He never has a problem. I mean, this guy is magic. It's marvelous, But I was in need of a part-time job, and Jim got me a part-time job, driving cars down at the auction. And I got to thank him for the worst job I ever had in my life. They had some bully there named Ed. And he loved Jim. He hated everybody else. And he'd come into the room. We'd have to sit in this room waiting for our chance to go out and drive a car. He'd come in the room and say, you, and you, Jimmy. And I'd get in the van, and when I'm bored, I sing. And I was always singing. The guy was always threatening me for singing. And Jim would sit in the back of the van, black and sweet. But I was really thankful for it, and it gave us a chance to be together quite a bit, and I really love it, Jim. I hope that, I turned 70. It'll be 2 years in office. I hope you had as good a day on your 70th birthday as I did. I thought, I was afraid to turn 70. I woke up in the morning and I said, wow, this is great. I can still get it up.
Pitts-Greer sitting in the back over there in the corner. Come on up here, girl. Come on up here, girl. You better come on up here. I see Miss Davis too over there. She got a lot to say about my dad. Miss Jane Pitts-Greer. Ain't nobody like her.
She knows what I'm going to say, that his biggest accomplishment is. This is the biggest accomplishment, isn't it? And I just want to thank God for everybody's here, and that he's 70 years old, and that we'll all keep persevering. So, but Lisa and I go a long way back. We've been through some stuff. So I think that's just his biggest accomplishment.
Thank you, Jen. Now, I have a guy back here that I know a little bit. My sister knows a little bit. My dad knows a little bit. Come on up here. Mr. Lee Barham.
I met this man about 3 years ago. And we was going to church and he was coming in there. And so happened this day he walked in with his daughter. And I said, I was very naive. I did not know. I know shit with his daughter. I looked at him and said, oh man, what you doing with her? He said, this is my daughter, boy. And also I've been hearing some wonderful things that you call the young members of the church from interesting nicknames that we got for people. Inspirational nickname. Oh, forgive me, my personal nickname. I think Jimmy is a good friend though. He gonna change how he feels. get to the point, either you like it or you don't like it. And there's days when you like it, and there's other days you're like, well, but I'm glad to know you in there. I know later on in the week you're going to be telling me, boy, you wish you looked this good when you get 70.
Well, I'm getting ready to tell him what his nickname is, because he's been curious to know all this time, and I thought for sure it would make you tell him what his nickname is. So either you tell him or I tell him. Tell him what his nickname is, Daddy. He calls you.
He came to church one Sunday and he was wearing some pink shoes. Kind of stuck in my head.
His nickname is Pink Shoe. You see Pink Shoes lately? Pink Shoes in that shirt? I saw Pink Shoes the other day. You know who he's talking about. He's talking about Lee Barham. That's his nickname, Lee Barham. He has a nickname for one of my guy friends. He calls him Mealy Mouth. Whenever he says, well, have you talked to Mealy Mouth lately, Lisa? I know who he's talking about. Then he has a guy friend of mine that he calls Limp Wrist. Limp Wrist, called the other guy Mealy Mouth. He has nicknames for people, so that's just the way my dad is. Anyway, I was wondering if